Rachel Devitt with Rhapsody, and I'm here with
Dan Black,
whose hit song Symphonies was just nominated for a VMA.
It was 2 VMAs.
2 VMAs.
Baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Was that very exciting?
Yeah, it's kind of slightly bewildering. Genuinely, amazingly unexpected. It's like, what? But welcomed and gratefully accepted.
Yeah, and you're nominated with, Coldplay and Gorillaz and some really...
Yeah, right. What?
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Hi, guys. Who's he?
Yeah.
I did a video too.
Yeah, have you had the chance to go to a big...
To a VMA?
Something
I've
like
been
that?
to award ceremonies in Europe, but this will be by far the biggest nonsense-filled thing I've been to, I think, probably.
Cool. Anybody that you're hoping to walk up and shake their hand and get to know a little better there?
Everyone I like, the cliche of never meet your heroes is never true with me. I'm always really scared of meeting people. Also, it's quite rare I'm nervous around people, and I don't really like the feeling, and when it's someone I really respect, I feel like I'm 10 and going, oh, hi. So, in a way, I don't want people I don't really care about to come and say hi. And I'll just watch from afar. David Bowie or whoever.
Well, so all of this is kind of, your album came out in February, right? Somewhere around there, I think in the US.
Yeah, I think so. February, March.
This is all, happened not super quickly, but recently. Is it
relatively fast? Yeah.
Have you had that moment where you kind of hit you, where you're like, wow, this is happening?
Actually, to be honest, I think it has been, because the album was released last year in Europe. So actually, overall, from being in the middle of the hurricane or in the middle of the bubble, it's been really slow. It's felt quite slow. So I'm kind of like a lobster in a pot, and they're turning up the heat slowly, and I'm not really noticing that. They fortunately didn't just throw me in the hot water. So
you're going to start screaming at some point?
At some point, and then someone will eat me. And I'll turn red.
Well, how was it? Of course, everybody's talking a lot about your remix with Kid Cudi. How was that working with him?
Great, super simple.
Did I hear that you did it over?
Yeah, it was really it was very modern. And I was in Paris, he was in New York. He heard the track, was like, send me the instrumental. I was like, okay, there it is. 2 days later, he emailed me back and had all the vocals as it is done. I was like, well, that was easy. Often when I one of the reasons I went solo was I'd got tired of many projects, bands, where collaboration seemed to equal compromise. So I had become quite jaded about working with other people. So it was fun to do something with someone and being like, oh, that's actually really brilliant. Well, cool, easy.
Cool. Anybody that's on your list for a kind of dream collaboration, someone you'd love to work with now that you're...
Yeah, I just did... I've just come off the Robin and Khalees tour, which was amazing fun. And I'm a super huge fan of both of them. Particularly would love to try and I kept meaning to bring it up and kept forgetting to try and work with Robin. I would love to do something with her. There's this new artist in the UK called J. Paul who I'd really like to try and work with. Who else? I'd quite like to try and do something with Das Racist. I really like them. It's quite a diverse bunch of people, but I'm starting to come back round to, okay, working with other people isn't so bad.
So, you've gotten a lot of attention too for your work with various hip hop songs and artists. Are you a big hip hop fan? Or
yeah, massively.
Yeah.
There's not many genres of music. There's not something that I really love within it. And yeah, when I grew up kind of late 80s into 90s, so it was kind of the golden age of hip hop. So it was unavoidable that I wouldn't get sucked in and become mad on that. And I really love it.
What about classical music? Since you've got this song that's very... Are you a classical music buff?
Yeah, I go through periods when less so recently, but when I was, I kind of like, it's quite rare I get to talk about classical composers. Yeah, I kind of like sort of late 19th century, so end of the Romantic, moving into modernism, so like Mahler and Messiaen and Schoenberg and people, when it's kind of like it's becoming it's not completely like just atonal madness, and it's not totally like sort of rich, predictable melodic stuff. It's kind of that weird moment between the two. I really like that, and I like a lot of film. Bernard Herrmann and people who like film composing. I like a lot of my music is kind of draws from the way that there's like a language of film music to sort of make you have this emotion with this image, and how it's really cool how different you put different kind of music on the same image and it'll feel totally different. So yeah.
Was that kind of a part of the inspiration behind the video with all the film?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the film, I mean, it's lots of, the main sample and stuff seems to be some kind of animal attacking my legs.
Yeah, I think it's biting flies or something.
Yeah, stop it! So the film, the song samples music from a film called Starman, which is like a sci-fi film with Jeff Bridges, I think it's a John Carpenter film, and I saw it when I was very young, and I really remember it. And it's kind of a classic example. There's a scene when the spaceship comes down, Jeff Bridges is an alien, is taken back home, and this kind of orchestral choir sing over it, and it really stuck with me. I remember being like, wow, this is really magical when I was a kid. And so so part of me trying to get back at that feeling that I had when I was a kid, and also using that in another way over hip hop context. So definitely, and that fed into the video. Also the idea, and I sing about symphonies and wanting when's this film score of my life going to strike up when I when I kill the bad guy or whatever, get the guy stroke girl. And the video was a logical, alright, it's all kind of a film world, why don't we have you wander through endless classic film opening titles?
Sure.
Okay.
So what's your creative process like then? You're thinking about all these things, drawing them in, and I heard you're kind of a workaholic. Would you say that's true? You're in the studio a lot.
Now that I've got my portable studio with me, it does seem that I'm never not. But I kind of find it relaxing particularly to write songs. Every song's quite a long journey, and there's the first 20% when you're basically coming up with a core idea. That's super fun. That's you're just messing around and playing and searching, and I love that. It's kind of in this sort of experimenting in the laboratory. But then getting that from this kind of, wow, this is a really cool idea, to a finished song, that's the hard work. So I've got a laptop full of 50, 20% finished things, and when I get back home I'll have to do the rest. But it's a mix of, as I said, moments of I've got just mysteriously sudden have this really exciting idea, or playing with something, some software or an instrument, and just going, oh wow, this thing, or hear someone else's music. That tends to be quite a big spark. And then 80% of it's just trying to be disciplined and plugging away and come on, finish this.
Right.
Which is the tough bit, but worth it.
Yeah, definitely. So is this your first time at Lollapalooza?
Yes.
Is it your first time in Chicago?
No,
you've been here.
No, I've played for Chicago a few times.
Anybody you're super excited to see? You gonna get to go out and see anybody?
Well, this is the thing. There are lots of people I'd like to see, but pretty much all of them are either playing before or after I leave, or while I'm doing things like this. So it's your fault I'm missing people.
Oh, sorry.
But the one window I've got, Phoenix are playing, and I've never actually seen Phoenix play, and I love Phoenix, so that would be my treat.
Cool. Okay, well, thanks so much for talking.
Thank you.